All right, you know what we're going to do, Jake? Guess what we're doing?
I
have no idea what the hell we're doing, right? We're actually going to induct you into the Hall of Honor at the stadium here.
I mean, I got chills all over my body right now.
Now listen, you know, you mean a lot to the people here. I can tell you that. I mean, people talk about you all the time, what you mean to the spirit of this building, what you meant to the organization. Just wanted to give you a call and tell you that. And
thank you so much. I can't wait to share the news with my wife, and I can't thank you enough. I'm truly honored, beyond honored. I can't thank you enough.
The fans recognizing number 17. Fires for Pro in the end zone. He got it! Touchdown! Downfield for Muhammad. He's got a touchdown!
I was born and raised in this industry. I didn't grow up hunting. I didn't grow up fishing. I didn't grow up golfing. I grew up around the racehorses.
Feels good? Good, all right. I like it.
So that's what I grew up doing. I went to school, we did our homework, we played sports, we shoveled poop. I love the competition aspect. There's just something about it. And football gave me a chance to expand on this operation. It's a lot of fun, a lot of hard work, but it's very fulfilling and it's something that we enjoy. This is where we're at every single day. The barn and everything that we've seen, that's our locker room. This is our locker room. And this is where the training takes place, where the horses get taken care of. You try to listen to the horse. It's like listening to the individual. Let's say like a Steve Smith. He took care of his body a different way than I did. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to listen to the horse, try to get them in their peak performance, get them ready to go run the best race of their life every time. We try to win a game. That's what this is. You know, my journey as a football player, I guess it wasn't storybook, so to speak. I was an undrafted free agent. I signed with the New Orleans Saints. So, in essence, a local boy, just 2 hours away, signing with the New Orleans Saints. I'm in New Orleans for 6 years, from fourth string to practice squad to third string to backup. Twice they sent me over in NFL Europe to go play overseas. Went to Amsterdam, did not play. I backed up some guy named Kurt Warner. Got sent back again in '99 with the Frankfurt Galaxy. We won the NFL Europe, came back to the Saints and established myself kind of as the backup then, and then had an opportunity to hit free agency.
You know, they brought me in here to basically kind of compete for a job, and I owe a lot to them, and I think I'm ready to be a starter in this league, so we'll find out soon enough.
You know, we brought Jake in, and I remember watching the tape of Jake with the pro scouts. I think the thing that did stick out on you is the ability that he had to make plays.
Really, I knew immediately when he got to the Panthers, you know, he was going to be the guy. He just had a swagger about him. We didn't start him in that very first game of Jake's first season against Jacksonville. We were trailing by 14.
And I remember having enough confidence just sitting there at halftime saying, John Fox, our head coach, please hear me. Put Jake in. Let's see what he can do.
So it's come down to this. Fourth down, Carolina. They trail Jacksonville by 5. Here's Delhomme back to throw. Looks, fires for Pro in the end zone. He got it! Touchdown! I don't believe it!
He caught Ricky Pohl on a 7 route in the end zone to win the game. So you could tell very early on that Jake had that swagger, had that confidence, and it was contagious.
Who's Jake Delhomme? Peyton Manning, Donovan, Jake Delhomme.
He followed up that Jacksonville win with a string of wins. The chemistry he developed that first season with Steve Smith, that really was the catalyst to what began what was a really special season.
Pumps, he's got time, throws downfield. Smith at the 45 to the 40. It's free. Touchdown! Woo! Panthers are in the Super Bowl. Throws it up for Smith. He's got it. Touchdown, Carolina! Deep downfield for Muhammad. Touchdown!
You know, with all great leaders, you know, they raise all boats. And, you know, I've had some great guys, but Jake might have had the it factor as good as any of them.
But the thing about Jake was just all the intangible things and just a fierce determination not to lose. I always felt like Jake gave you the most of everything he had. And nobody worked harder. Nobody got more out of his body than Jake did. Nobody studied harder to be prepared and had that command of the huddle in the locker rooms. I think at times Jake just kind of willed this team to victory in circumstances where maybe they wouldn't have won.
I think it's hard to find a guy that was as good at making an impact on the people in the organization, from the locker room all the way up.
One of the cool things is Jake's my guy. You know, me and Jake have a really good relationship as well. We talk mess via text all the time and check in with each other.
I mean, I don't think you will ever find one person that you don't mention Jake Delhomme to and he doesn't get goosebumps. He had a little Brett Favre in him as far as he threw from different angles. You never knew where he was going to go or what he was going to do.
Jake would make those types of plays, ad-lib plays, all the time.
You know, he'd go back and he'd look down and get ready to throw and you'd say, no, 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 and then you'd say, wow, great play. Because he just had that ability to make things happen.
He was so demonstrative, you could hear it, see it, and feel it from the stands or the press box. He's pointing, he's shouting.
You knew that we were going to do something. He brought that energy.
You know, with him, he's from Louisiana, so he had this accent. I think just made guys comfortable.
Like he said, he doesn't like jerks on his team, and he won't put up with it.
He was ultra confident, and he just had that swagger, and it just transcended amongst all his teammates.
Jake's just fun. You know, one time Steve and Jake were going at it in practice, and I knew Steve from being in college, like, you don't want to make Steve mad, but Steve and Jake were going at it, and I remember Jake got a fire in his eyes, because Jake's a fiery guy, and he said, let me tell you something, Steve, and I thought, oh God, I'm gonna have to break this up in practice. And Jake goes and he puts his helmet on and buckles the chin strap first before he went to tell Steve what he thought of him, and I thought, that is the smartest thing I've ever seen anybody do.
He brought that confidence in the huddle, and everybody rallied around him.
You saw that he was not afraid to be what a leader is, and even if the team struggled, he just felt like if you could get to the fourth quarter, Jake would somehow figure out a way to win the game.
I've been in this business 25 years, and he's one of the best teammates, one of the best leaders that I've ever been around.
I think first and foremost, I'm honored Mr. Tepper wanted to start this. You look at pride, you look at tradition. This is something that it's so surreal, it's so, I pinch myself. I really do pinch myself. You know, sitting there and they're putting dots on your face and they take measurements of my ugly face, my big nose, to make a bust, you know? And it's just kind of like, how awesome is this, and yet, how weird is this? I almost giggled the whole time. I was acting like a little 6th grade girl. I don't know how I'm gonna feel when there's gonna be a bust and fans are gonna walk by and see it. Hopefully when a fan will see the bust of Jake Delhomme, the Carolina Panther football player, they're gonna think of one thing and one thing only. Somebody that just wanted to compete and help his team win. That's how I played, that's what I felt, what I believed in, and hopefully they felt that and they felt the same way.
Want to go outside so I can wear glasses? The allergies are bad this time of year. You know how bad they are. I apologize. These are joyful emotions that I'm feeling, and that's the honest to God's truth. To think back to March of 2003, came here on a visit. A nobody. You know, when I signed here in 03, I wanted a chance to play quarterback in the NFL. I got that chance, and I think I made the most of it.
And Jake Delhomme is going to come in at quarterback.
Going into this Hall of Honor, you know, this closes the chapter on the NFL book of Jake Delhomme with an exclamation point. What goes through my mind was Carolina, all the good times, every single thing, from the locker room to the training room, everything just kind of went through my mind because that's the Carolina Panthers. And that's what I loved, I embraced, I wanted to be a part of, and now I feel I'm gonna be a part of it forever. I'm humbled, I'm almost embarrassed by it, I'm proud as hell of it. I'll tell you that right now. And I can look back and say, man, I'm part of this. I'm part of it. That makes me happy. If there was a game, I won. I won. I mean, like, we won. My wife and I won. My kid, you know, like my family, we won. And that's a great feeling to win. And so that's how I look at it. This is the, you know, the final game. We're able to come out on top.